visas needed? Really? In the Empire?
Like, who's in command? How do you know you can trust who's telling you orders?
What number are they talking about?
This is one of the worst ways to die in... Today I'm watching Andor, Season 2, Episode 3. Tell me what happened.
At the beginning of this episode, Bix, she's going to get caught up in an Imperial ice raid.
Ice, babe. We see the apartment of Cyril Karn and Daedra and Cyril's mother, and Daedra rips the mother a new one.
And then Mon Mothma at the party finally lets loose, dancing around.
Having a good time. She's super stressed out. Andor rescues Bix and Will. However, Brasso is down.
Yep. And then at the end of the episode, Cinta takes Takoma away in the speeder car thing. He's going to die. Vel's concerned.
Die. And Vel watches that happen. She is concerned. There it is, exactly. Right. Tell me what you think about the episode.
This episode, I give it a 5 out of 10. Not a high rating for me, mostly because I think this episode is clumsy. Just clumsy. There's a clumsy capital R scene in there. I didn't think that gave me a weird feeling. I thought it was clumsily handled. There's a clumsy immigration storyline, like a little bit too much like the real world.
Yep.
Took me out of it. On the flip side, the Luthen and Mon Mothma storyline is good. They're trying to navigate this rich world to keep the rebellion going. I feel the tension. The scenes with Cyril Karn's mother, while I think it's good growth for Cyril Karn, they're not that interesting to me. Not that interested in Cyril Karn's mom. Mm-hmm. I know he's had some troubles, but okay. But overall, good acting, good production values, but not my favorite episode, so 5 out of 10. What do you think?
I get this episode an 8 out of 10. I liked it. So in exact opposite contrast, I liked the scene with Cyril Karn and his mother and Daedra. I liked it because the mother is a shadow over Cyril Karn. He doesn't know how to handle her. He loves her, but he's like underneath her wing, and she's dominating him all the time. And Daedra comes in and steps in and is like, I'm going to push her out for you. Now, that's not really great for Cyril. He needs to do that on his own. But it makes me like Daedra a lot. She's like looking out for him. Like, makes me feel like she's imperial and awful, but at the same time, she stands up for what's right. Real gray area, real blurry. So overall, I gave it an 8 out of 10. I like this. The music was very good. Music connects a lot emotionally, like it targets your brain. And so I thought that the music set a very good tone for this episode. Very nicely done. And so it was a very interesting slice of life of the rich rebels versus the poor rebels. The rich rebels are having, I guess it's rich rebel, but I really mean Mon Mothma. She's living this high society, and Luthen, living in this high society life. And then the poor rebels are doing dirty grunt work. Interesting contrast of what's going on in their cause. The cons of this plot was it felt rushed. It felt like things moved very quickly. On the other hand, that may have been because I did not rewatch season 1. So I was always on the back foot, like kind of like trying to figure out who these people were. That's on me. The wedding dance party, super cool. Awesome choreographing, big scale, super fun. But Mon Mothma stole the show. If you go back and watch it, Mon Mothma is in the center of the dance circle. Like, Mon Mothma, like, let your daughter be the highlight. Like, this is her wedding. Don't be the mom that steps in and makes the wedding about herself. Like, be cool. Be cool, Mon Mothma. Also, Brasso died. I liked him. He's like, working man. I liked him. And then he died. Cool though that they didn't explicitly show him getting shot. They showed the trooper like walking in slowly. Like this one trooper is the serious trooper. Like he knows what to do, and then he got the shot. Overall, my feelings about this episode was that the rebels are a mess. They don't know what they're doing. They're all sorts of disorganized. But maybe that's okay because they're the rebels, and this is early for the rebels. But the Empire looks pretty good. Maybe we should be on the side of the Empire.
Maybe. Look the other way.
Look the other way when things go bad. Human rights violation. Okay, first thing is this water waste droid. What is going on? What is going on this farm planet? Look down here on the bottom right. Just pouring water all over the dead grass? What is this thing?
So is it a sprinkler? Because it's doing bad sprinkling because the grass is all dead.
Right. And the kids are playing in it, I guess, but they're just getting wet.
It's a terrible like play sprinkler because you want this play sprinkler to go high and be crazy.
Crazy, yeah.
This is like real little spritzes of water. That's it.
This is like little spritzes of water for like babies, little tiny babies. I don't think this would work as a large scale farm sprinkler. It's not getting the range for that.
Could it move? Maybe. It's like a consumer level waterer.
Exactly. That's what I figured they're doing. But they do consumer level stuff on this planet. I thought this planet is dedicated to mass scale wheat.
So maybe it's for the residents, like the residential garden.
Yeah, resident gardens.
You just like put the Roomba sprinkler out there and it goes.
Does this thing. Oh, good point. Maybe it's not stationary. Maybe this is just where it is for now for this picnic thing. Either way, they got resources to spare. They're just splashing water around, not conserving it for the planet.
Yeah. Where's the water coming from? This looks fairly dry.
That's right.
Water tank on top of the thing?
Maybe. Huh. Yeah, and it's not a flood field because you see the curvature. So if you did flood irrigation, the water would just slope off the end. You get a flood over here in the corner.
Yeah.
Something's
Weird.
not adding up here. Something.
Wasting water on the kids. This is clumsy for me. Visas needed? Really? In the Empire?
It's on the inspection schedule.
How soon?
They finished there today, so tomorrow.
Are they checking visas?
It's random. They found a group hiding last night in 600. Sometimes they walk right by. It's a big risk.
Where can we go?
This is the best I could do. It's an emergency work order for the 800 block.
Is it legit?
I had to change the date. You only use it tonight if you got stopped.
Wait, what's the problem?
So, in Star Wars, in the Republic and the Empire, have they ever restricted travel between planets?
As far as I know, no. You just take off in your ship, you go to a different planet.
Right. And so this planet, right here, the one they're on, is restricting travel into the planet by using a system of visas.
Okay.
Did that visa system just suddenly turn on when the Empire came about, or was that always here? This planet is like, we don't want too many people here, so we have a visa system. Please follow it.
Right.
And
Right.
it's not like the Empire caused this, right? This is going to be It's going to be per planet, right?
Right. Right. I agree. So first, the assessment is I don't think we have seen anywhere in like is Palpatine like I want to go to Tatooine, like I want to go to Coruscant, better fill out my visa app. Like I don't think it's not been mentioned anywhere else in the Star Wars universe.
Right.
So therefore, I think it means that this planet specific, they're allowed to set up. It's their planet. They're allowed to set up visas if they want. Yeah. And why might they have a lot of reason to set up visas? Well, because if they're like the breadbasket, the wheat farm for an entire Coruscant, we got to make sure bad people aren't coming in, messing up the crop, killing billions of people on a different planet. And so, yeah, I guess visas, this planet does visas.
Which makes me think this visa system was in force during the Republic and also in force during the Empire. So there's not really that much difference. Also, the rebels. Why are you going to a planet that requires visas? Go to a different planet. There's millions to choose from. What is this?
What's stopping this guy from going to Tatooine? Sure, it's like dry and harsh climate there. Maybe the food's not as abundant, but that's the trade-off for not having to deal with security checks.
Right. You tell me the rebels can't find a planet without visa and paperwork requirements? I find that really, really hard to believe. This is a terrible choice for the rebels. What are you doing?
What are you doing? Send your assets somewhere where they won't get caught. Right. And also for the assets, don't choose this. You'd be like, why would you go to a place where you have to constantly fear that the security people are going to kick you out, send you in prison? Go to a different place.
Right. And if it's true that the planet chose this through some sort of democratic process in the Republic, then respect that.
That's their rules.
That's their rules. What is the problem? What are the rebels doing? Doesn't make sense.
I blame. Okay. So Mon Mothma seems to be the head of the rebels. It's not like fully formulated, but she's up there. And so somewhere along the chain, they're not thinking about this type of stuff. Okay.
Somewhere, yeah. Because
get it sorted out before Luke shows up. Okay.
Right, get it sorted out.
I guess.
Got 4 years.
It's weird. Like the details were not considered about how practically take care of your assets.
Right.
Along those lines, their system is just ripe for abuse. Like, who's in command? How do you know you can trust who's telling you orders?
You know Cassian's friend, the big boss. If you do and don't want to say so, that's fine. But someone needs to tell him what's going on here.
So this guy, he's talking with Brasso, and he's like, "Hey, like, do you know who the boss is? Can you talk to them for me?" And Brasso either does know or he doesn't know, but he says no, right? And so, but I think that's right. I think that's fair, right? Because if you're doing a rebellion, you compartmentalize all your information, and so that way, say these guys get caught, they don't rat on Cassian. They don't rat on whoever Cassian takes orders from. I guess Luthen, and Luthen doesn't rat up to the next person. Like, you want to compartmentalize your movement so that way it's safe. But that's ripe for problems, right? Like, whoever's above these two could be just manipulating them, be like, go beat up these school children for the lunch money. It's for the rebellion. You can't check my authority because I'm the authority for you, and that's it. Like, they could be totally a wild agent, like a free agent, like not associated with the Rebel Alliance at all. Like, this system is ripe for abuse.
So yeah, I understand why the rebels do compartmentalization, but an Imperial agent could like make a whole sect of rebels by himself without even having to infiltrate anything, because he could just pretend from the beginning, I have higher ups, I can't tell you, compartmentalized, I'm going to create this organization, and I could try to merge that organization into the rebels. If I have some rogue guy, then I could say the uppers said you got to do all these terrible things. They're like, they said it, like, and the person you're giving orders to can't verify. Ooh. So some power hungry rebel leader could do bad things. Like, it's really ripe for abuse.
I mean, heck, we talked about the propaganda in the first episode, maybe second episode. You could have a Imperial officer, like, recruit all these rebel guys to do rebel stuff, and you can get them to do some real terrorism, some real violent terrorism. You'd be like, this is for the rebel cause. And then you show videos of that terrorism to the people of the Empire, and you just paint a bad picture. But those rebels really did believe they're doing the right thing, but they're getting orders from the Empire, and they couldn't check it. It's not possible to check it because you can't know who's above. You can't follow the command chain. Brasso talks to this guy, and they're like, "Why won't they leave us alone?" But isn't he a terrorist? He's a terrorist, right?
Visas. He's going on everywhere.
Why can't they just leave us in peace?
Keep your head down.
What? This guy's like, why can't the Empire just leave us in peace? Why can't we just do our rebel stuff? But from the eyes of the Empire, aren't these guys terrorists? Like, shouldn't they have their visas checked?
Gosh, there's a group that's actively trying to overthrow the Empire.
Right.
The Empire is actively trying to stop them. And this dude's like, why can't they just leave us alone? Because you're actively trying to overthrow them. Like, what do you want?
And you may make an argument that Brasso didn't do anything, but he harbors and he hides Cassian, who is the triggerman. I mean, this is the same argument as, I just drove the car to the bank robbery and was a part of the plans and was the getaway driver. Like, I didn't go in the bank myself. Like, that's not a legal excuse. You're also part of the criminal people, the bank robbers. So Brasso is do that role. He doesn't hold the gun himself, but he hides Cassian after Cassian does bad things. So I think that would classify him as a criminal, at least terrorist. That's right. If we blow it up to a bigger scale. Like so here Brasso and this guy is like, why can't the Empire just leave us alone? But you're hiding amongst these farmers while you plan and do terror stuff.
So the government of this farming planet is like, we're just farmers. We just want to farm, make money, live life. We've got criminal element on here. Hey, Empire, please help us enforce our immigration system because we don't want these people here.
That's right.
So please come on down. We're inviting you down to help us enforce this. We don't have the manpower, the resources, whatever, because we want to be left alone. So the Empire, the system of visas and checks is actually helping the planet be left alone, right?
Yep. And Brasso in here, he's doing, other parts of the episode, he's doing maintenance work. He does mechanical stuff. But that would have been a job that somebody on the planet normally would have done. So he's illegally coming in here and taking away jobs from people on this planet.
And
so this
supporting
planet,
terrorism.
their government organization system, they're like, we want to make sure that our people have jobs and we don't want criminal element. We have a visa system. Hey, Empire, you guys have a military that can do this type of enforcement. Please come down to help us.
That's right. It's from the people on that planet. They don't want the rebel people, rebel soldiers, rebel saboteurs on this planet at all. They want to kick them off. How are they going to keep track of that? They'll have a paperwork system, visa system.
Right. So this is the wild part for me. It's like these guys are just the two low level guys. Why are they being hunted down by the evil stormtroopers? But this is they're just farmers. They're just maintenance guys. But these guys are actual criminals. Like isn't this a strong enforcement? This is a strong suggestion that ICE should or Imperial ICE should be coming and looking for them, because they're not just migrants. Like, these people actually are criminals.
Right. Maybe this is why the rebels eventually go to Yavin 4. It's an uninhabited planet. They're like, we're not messing with the local system, pissing people off left and right. Let's find an isolated, uninhabited planet that we can use, because we've been pissing people off. This is crazy. We got to stop.
Right. We have to deal with the stinky fruit, and we have to deal with the big monsters that ate the guys in the last episode. But that's the trade-off.
Sure. This scene, I felt this scene, but I would like an analysis as to why I felt things.
Okay.
You do not have to go through with this. I wish you were drunk.
Wait. You're to stand behind me.
You do.
Okay.
So I felt things. So first off, why did the daughter say that she wishes Mon Mothma would be drunk? Why did she say that?
I see. So I think, if I remember, Mon Mothma says that however many years ago she was in the daughter's position and Mon Mothma was in the mom's position, right? And the mother was drunk, if I remember.
Yep.
And she was like spouting off like, you have to do this lifestyle, and
it's your duty.
Your duty, right? And so then Mon Mothma is now saying, like, you don't have to do this. We could run away. We could ignore the shame of all of our society. We can have a different life for you. And the daughter saying, I want this life. I wish you were drunk and you would just keep your opinions to yourself.
Okay.
And I get it. Like, you're super high society. Like, this is the life that I want.
And I guess Mon Mothma never really taught her daughter about the rebel cause. And then all of a sudden, she's like trying to back out of this life that is pretty high up there in the hierarchy.
Super cushy, right?
And the daughter's finally come around to like, I'm going to commit to this life. And now Mon Mothma's like, I back out. So I guess that does seem reasonable. That's why the daughter's like, just go get drunk.
It's also out of the blue. And heck, even if the daughter does know what the rebel life is like, it's her choice. She doesn't have to go be a rebel and potentially imprisoned by the Empire and go live on that in Yavin 4 with the fruit that is questionably poisonous. Like, she wants to be a part of the high society.
Right. And then I guess right after that, after the daughter says, I wish you were drunk, Mon Mothma goes back into like, get behind me. My daughter kind of betrayed me and I'm lashing out just a little bit. I think that's what that is.
Yeah. So I think that's what it is. So I thought that you have to stand behind me was just a procedural, cultural, like the mother comes out and then presents the daughter. I thought that was okay, like the physical positioning, but the tone was pretty rough. You are to be behind me, like, oof, mommy.
Because it could have been like, oh, I'm supposed to be in front of you in this part of the ceremony. She's just like, no, I got to be in front of you. I'm not drunk.
Yeah.
Stupid bitch.
Goddamn bitch. Don't make this wedding about you. This is about your daughter. What are you doing, Mon Mothma?
Well, it's semi-arranged, so... I mean, it is arranged. What am I talking about? It's not about her. It's not about anybody here. It's about keeping society going.
It's about keeping the money within this planet and not marrying outside. Yep.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah, and so the daughter's like, if this is our culture, keeping the money within our families, and I'm going to live an awesome life in this awesome house in our Mothma estate, like I don't want to risk that. Mom, stop being a problem.
Yeah. You want me to back out of a life of luxury? Like, no, thank you.
No, thank you. Yeah, Mon Mothma, relative to the rich people's society, she's a real outlier. Mm-hmm. I wonder if people can tell, but they're like, well, she's rich. Don't worry about it. Like,
yeah, probably.
Don't rock the boat. Maybe.
I mean, if she's part of a huge, powerful family, she's probably a lot of leeway in her behavior before people start calling it out.
Agreed.
Yeah.
So this argument between Cyril's mom and Deidre. And so they say this word Kinderblock and make it sound all evil, but it sounds pretty good.
Tell me about your family.
I don't have one. My parents were criminals. I was raised in an imperial Kinderblock.
Kinderblock.
Nothing delicate about that, is there?
We had everything we needed.
Except a mother's love.
We didn't know what we were missing.
Tell me.
So a couple things happened here. One is they call it a Kinderblock. I think they do that to make it sound evil, like, but it's just child block. Right? Like, and we call it kindergarten. I don't think kindergartens are evil.
I think the right word is orphanage, right?
Orphanage, yeah, right. Yeah. So why didn't we call it an orphanage? Why did we call it a Kinderblock?
Sounds German. Yeah, sounds German. That's why.
All right. Sounds
like
evil. Nazi
like
Germany
Nazis.
stuff, right? But we don't call we don't think kindergartens are evil. Like it's Kinderblock. Okay, and also what's bad about this? It sounds like the parents were criminals, or it could be the parents were drug addicts or had mental problems such that they couldn't raise a child, and so the state said, you know what, we're going to take care of the kid. We're going to come here, gather all the kids together. We're going to give them, whatever they need. I'm speculating, but it's food and athletics and socialization and education and Deidre, she came out well. She's doing real well in society. She's an important person in the framework of the government.
Mm-hmm. So ideally,
what's bad?
The Empire wouldn't need orphanages, right? Because everybody would be firing on all cylinders. Families are stable. Everything's great. That's not real life. And so
accidents happen.
When real life happens, the Empire has built up orphanages that take care of people who fall through the cracks. And in fact, it's well funded and brings out adults on the other side that are well suited to survive and succeed in the Imperial life.
Yep.
That sounds pretty good. That is, what's the problem?
What's the problem here? She's super intelligent. She's well adjusted. She's not like lashing out with emotional rages or I don't know. She seems well adjusted. It seems like the Empire did a good thing. What's the problem?
I don't think
why
there's
is
a
it
problem.
evil? Like, are they evil?
I think there's an implication here that the Kinderblocks are indoctrination camps for children. But you got to, I mean, one person's education is another person's indoctrination.
Right.
So, I mean, they're not going to teach Imperial kids to be rebels. They're going to teach Imperial kids to be good imperialists. So what's the problem?
Right. What's the problem? I mean, we don't look at JROTC and say like, oh, you're indoctrinating kids. We say, well, if the kids want to do this, it's good. Good for them.
Good for them. And
it doesn't seem evil.
Doesn't seem evil.
And then the mom says those things like, oh, but you didn't know a mother's love. Like, what about father's love? That's important too.
That's true.
But maybe she just doesn't see it because she's like self-centered about herself.
I think she's self-centered. Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. And also, what was the response supposed to be like? Oh, I wish I could go back and fix my parents before I was born. Like, I can't do anything about it.
What do you want to do it?
What do I do?
Yeah, I mean,
what
if her parents weren't criminals, but they just had died? Like, accidents happen. Like, you get a car crash or whatever, a speeder crash or whatever it is, right? And so then if they didn't have siblings that could take on Deidre, or the siblings had too many kids already, then what are the societal options? Well, government steps in and makes an orphanage. Call it Kinderblock because that's their language. Then fine. What's the problem?
Okay. Yeah, not a problem. Seems great. I mean, seems great. I don't know what else to say, because the Empire is supposed to be evil, but if an evil, incompetent bureaucracy wouldn't fund orphanages, just let the kids rot in dumpsters on the side of the street. That's what that's what would happen.
Instead, they have successful, functioning social services. Sounds good.
Pretty good. Sounds pretty good.
Sounds pretty good.
This is upper crust problems with Tay Kolma, Mon Mothma. What number are they talking about?
He told me he'd stay away from Skolden. He's been pestering him since he arrived.
I know.
I warned you from the start.
I just can't believe it. I've known him my whole life.
What would have happened if I wasn't here? Would you have told me?
I'm meeting him next week. I'll warn him off. I'll find what it takes. I'll get a number.
You know the number. We'd be vulnerable forever. You need to be protected.
I'm not sure what you're saying.
How nice for you.
So first off, I don't get that last line. How nice for you. What is he talking about?
Ooh. Okay. So I interpreted this as Mon Mothma is like, I'm unaware of the situation. I'm unaware of the dangers. And Luthen is saying, how nice of you that you can exist and not be aware of the dangers. Because he's cloak and dagger dude. He's sneaking around because he knows if he slips, he's immediately off to a prison, right? So he or the people around Mon Mothma have sheltered her to the degree that she doesn't need to be worried.
I see. So Luthen is calling out Mon Mothma's naivete. She is so rich. She's so powerful. She's a senator. All these things that she has lots of leeway in her behavior, and Luthen is like on a knife's edge all the time.
That's a good point. I did not consider about how rich she is. So because of her wealth, of her social status, if she gets caught doing bad things, she might have significantly more leeway than a commoner person or a lower person like Luthen. So not only have people around her to protect her, it's even if she does get caught, the judicial system or whatever they have in the Empire may be like, we don't like it, but here's a slap on the wrist. You're an important family.
Right.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Yeah. It's so bad that she doesn't even know the number. She keeps putting off taking care of the Tay Kolma situation. She doesn't know what number, which we think is a number of credits that she needs to be transferred to Tay Kolma to rescue him from his financial situation. She doesn't know the number. She keeps postponing the day that she talks to him about it.
Right. So she's like so high in her world of running the rebellion that she's not noticing the problems of the people immediately below her. She's like fully off in idealism, so separated from the organizational structure of what she's running. Yeah. And gosh, from Tay Kolma's perspective, he got played by Mon Mothma. Yep. And now he's got to protect him and his family. Yep. And Mon Mothma's just like, well, we'll take care of it next week. Like, what? Got to take care of it now. Like you're not understanding the point of the rebellion, the spirit of the rebellion, and then there's Tay Kolma, like, I risked my life and my family for you. Please make me whole. And she's like, oh, but the point of the rebellion is this. Like, hey, we need to settle our debts. Like, oh, but the spirit of the rebellion. Like, Mon Mothma, you're missing the point here. You got to take care. You're missing the forest for the tree. I'm giving up on that expression. She's not taking care of her underlings.
That's right. Maybe this is Mon Mothma's education. Before she becomes the true rebel leader, she's learning that got to get your hands dirty. You got to take care. You got to bribe. You got to do certain things to get the rebels in a position to get the dubs.
That's a good point. We should not expect her to be perfect now. She's working up to be the rebel leader in the future. All right, that's fair.
Oh, yeah.
And so, what is this number? I think this number is how much do we need to pay Tay Kolma to get him to be on our side? And
I guess
the danger
at best, be on our side. At worst, be neutral and don't cause any waves anymore.
Right. And so Luthen's very concerned because he's like, if there's no number, then we're now negotiating. We're now, it's now feeling each other out. And there may never be an actual number that we can definitely say, like, I paid you this, that was the deal, we're done. It could be slip-slidey forever, and then now they have to be afraid of Tay Kolma forever. That's not a good situation.
Yeah. Mon Mothma's education.
She learned the hard way. This is one of the worst ways to die in Star Wars. This is one of the worst ways I've ever seen. Like, yes, they're small little grains.
Actually, it's a grain way to die.
Okay, dude. God damn it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well done. That's
Cap.
okay. Okay. Well done. Oh, you got me messed up. I totally messed up. You got me.
Oh my god.
What I was going to say. Okay. Good job.
What the heck?
I can't even scroll sideways. What is happening? Full refresh.
You broke Miro.
Episode this one. No. Okay. Here we go. Back. Okay. Continue.
At the end, we see Tacoma. That's Tacoma right there.
Mm-hmm.
Getting into this, aircraft speeder thing with Cinta. And Cinta, we know from season 1, is a badass. She will kill who needs to be killed. She will stay level-headed when she needs to stay level-headed. She is a straight stone cold killer. So what does this mean? I think Tacoma's gonna be killed.
I think so. I think Luthen was not happy with Mon Mothma's answer, and so he doesn't. There wasn't a number set by Tacoma. Be like, give me 2 million credits, and then we're fine. And so because there's no set number, then this is a danger. This is he could constantly pull more from Mon Mothma. So Luthen sends his killer to go kill.
I mean, he could even turn to Skolden or whatever his name is, and join the Empire completely, and then turn in Mon Mothma and Luthen and could be
For
really
reward.
bad.
Yep.
So
For loyalty,
Luthen
credits,
is like, Luthen's like, I got to take care of this myself. Mon Mothma's pussyfooting around this situation. Send in Cinta. Let's go.
Cinta. Mm-hmm. I think that's exactly right. I think we're not going to see him next season or next.
I don't think so.
Episode dump.
Yeah, I think so. So Vel looking on at Cinta, knowing Cinta's personality, is like, well, Tay's dead.
Not only her personality, but her role in the organization. Like, Tay's dead.
That's right. Tay's done.
And I think she gets real shaken by this because from her perspective, Tay was on our side. But people on our side might not be on our side. That's shaking.
Right, so Vel is like a soldier, and so she goes out into the field. She sees bad things happening. Things are black and white. Now she's in this high life, and she's kind of looking good in this life.
Yep.
And then she sees the ugliness of what's going on behind the scenes, and the contrast, the dissonance, it messes with her. It's not easy anymore.
A soldier's mission is much more straightforward than these games that are played at the top.
Yeah.
Rough.
All right. That's it. Season 2, episode 3. See you guys next time for the next episode dump.
See you.
Why did I say dump that way?
Dump. The next episode shit. Next time Disney drops it on us.
Yep.
Ploop, ploop, ploop. 3 episodes.